Adaptation viewers, and welcome to 2015. We're starting the year off by getting really psyched over the movie adaptations coming out this year, and let me tell you, the list is long. But I think that just bodes well for this year. I mean, there's just so many films that we're excited about. Of course, that also means that there's a lot of films that might not live up to our expectations, but I guess we'll try and stay positive. In fact, let's make that our New Year's resolution. Taking my cue from Jen, here are our most anticipated films of 2015 in order of release date. You know, so we know what order to get excited in. First up, Cinderella, which I'm equal parts nervous and excited about. I mean, Cinderella has been done a lot, so it's hard to believe that they've come up with some new way to tell it, but on the positive side, we do have Helena Bonham Carter and Cate Blanchett, and from everything I've seen, it looks like the visuals are gonna be freaking gorgeous. And of course, next up we have Insurgent, the second in the Divergent series, which I haven't actually read yet, but I really enjoyed the first movie and the first book, as did a lot of the other hosts, so we're really excited for what Shailene Woodley will bring to the role in the next one and how her character will develop after the events of the first film. We pretty unapologetically gushed over the first Avengers movie, so it's probably no surprise that Age of Ultron is on our list. And what I think is really exciting about this is that we've seen so many great Marvel movies since then, and all of these characters have grown so much, and it'll be really great to see them come together again. Throwing what might be a little bit of a curveball in there, I am crazy excited for Pitch Perfect 2, which totally counts as an adaptation because the first one was based on Makey Rapkin's nonfiction book, Pitch Perfect: The Quest for Collegiate Acapella Glory. Totally legit. I mean, it was just such a great, hilarious ensemble cast, and Anna Kendrick is a goddess, and the soundtrack was awesome, and let's face it, acapella rules. But moving to the exact opposite end of the genre spectrum, next up is Jurassic World starring Chris Pratt. I'm not quite as into the Jurassic franchise as some of our other hosts, but I am really excited about this because I'm a huge Parks and Rec fan, and after Pratt's performance in Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. And after that, it will be time to get really excited for Pan, which is an origin story for Peter Pan and Captain Hook when Peter first comes to Neverland. This is really exciting for us die-hard Peter Pan fans because it's a part of the story we haven't seen before, and who doesn't like origins? Speaking of stories we haven't seen before, how about Frankenstein from Igor's perspective? Because that's happening in 2015 with James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe in Victor Frankenstein. It seems like we've had an actual metric ton of Frankenstein stories lately, but they keep thinking of new ways to spin it, so I'm totally on board. A live-action version of The Jungle Book will also be in theaters this year, although I'm not sure how live-action it can be when there's only one human and a bunch of talking animals, but that doesn't make me any less excited. Plus, even though there's going to be new music for this version, they're still going to keep in the bare necessities, which is awesome. And that segues very nicely into the next live-action musical on our list, Jem and the Holograms, based on the television series, which we've been following since the first casting call announcement because we're just that excited. And we have all of our fingers crossed that it's going to be amazing. Closing in on the end of the year, it should be no surprise that we are eagerly anticipating Mockingjay Part 2, the final installment in the Hunger Games series. You aren't surprised, are you? We've basically gushed about the book series in our podcasts, and we love the movies too, so we can't wait to see how they wrap this one up. And finally, last on this very intensely long list is Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, which is actually only last on the list because it doesn't have a release date yet, but it is slated for 2015. It's based on the book by Seth Grahame-Smith, who thankfully is not writing the screenplay, so we doubt we'll have another Abraham Vampire Hunter on our hands. We'll see. We're staying positive. Make sure you tell us in the comments what you are most looking forward to in 2015. I don't think we could have missed anything on this very long list of ours, but if we did, let us know. And if you're excited about any or all of these films, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, because this is a pretty accurate version of what our podcasting schedule looks like this year. That link, as well as all of the links to our social media, is in the info section. Until next time, Happy New Year!